That cool. So that's another question I wanted to ask about the forest giants. Yeah. I think they're fascinating, but I have no idea how they got there. And I was wondering what is the story behind the forest giants?
Well, you know, it's a wonderful story.
Yeah.
And first of all, I will tell you, whether you're 2 or 92, when you go up to these forest giants, you smile. Yeah. It's almost just that simple. They're just a delight and a surprise, and amazingly powerful. What they are 3 recycled wood sculptures created by a Danish artist, Thomas Dambo.
Okay.
And Thomas came over, was invited to look at Bernheim, and this took almost 2 years to get him in place. Yeah. But he came over and looked at this, and the reason we wanted to bring in these forest giants was in celebration of our 90th anniversary.
Nice.
And so we wanted to connect people with nature in a very unique way, and we wanted to do it big. So what's bigger than a giant?
Right, exactly. and where they're placed too is actually it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we have 3 of these that were built by Thomas and 8 of his artists and friends, and 200 volunteers at Bernheim in about a 6-week period. And they are magical. It is Mama Limari, who is the mama, and she's kind of sleeping and resting under a tree in one area of the forest. Little Nis, who's the youngest son, and he's just crawled out of the forest, and he's looking at himself in a reflection of an Olmsted pond. And then he's thinking to himself, how can I be a forest hero? What can I do to protect this forest?
Yeah.
And then there's the daughter, Elena, and she is placing stones. And she, you know, you don't see her move much. They don't move when people are around. But she's still working on this project. And she's placing stones and creating a golden eagle feather.
Nice.
So that we can too tell that story about the protection of golden eagles and their need for large forest blocks.
Cool.
And so these forest giants have been only a few months in Bernheim, and yet they're created a wonderful series of images on all the social media. Look them up. You'll find some beautiful images.
I have so many friends who have already posted pictures of them posing with the giants or something like that, and it's obviously it's been a huge attraction. But I wanted to ask you, as executive director, what's some of your favorite things about Bernheim Forest, and like what are some of your favorite memories?
Oh my. Well, you know, some of my favorite memories. Well, I'll give you one that involves the giants. Just a few, probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. Elena had a bracelet on that the artist put on her as part of her decorations on one wrist, and it was a simple wire, and it had a few quartz crystals attached to those wires. Well, somebody who didn't use very good judgment stole them.
Oh.
And you know what? Social media went on fire. People were just outraged that somebody would have the gall to do that to such a beautiful work.
Right.
Well, in response, we now have a community of people who are bringing beautiful little trinkets out to Elena, and her bracelet is now sometimes thick as a I don't know, an inner tube,
or
you know, a wreath, and they're decorating her hair and all kinds of. And so what it created was this public outreach to say, hey, we want to respect these creatures, this art. We want to respect what it means for the forest and show that people are good at heart.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the kind of story that lingers with me.
Yeah.
Another story is that we've had a number of people over the years who have said, I'm coming out to Bernheim regularly because I'm terminally ill.
Oh, wow.
And when I get in nature like this, it gives me a solace, a peace, a tranquility that I can find in no other way.
Yeah.
And you know, that's hard.
I'll tell you right now, going up on that canopy walk.
Oh, yes.
where all the leaves change and everything. Yeah. For those of you who haven't been there, find the canopy walk at Bernheim. But getting to the top of that and walking
so when
out
you're
there,
out at the edge of this platform that we built on the side of a hill, you're actually 70 feet above the forest floor.
That's amazing, and it literally feels healthy. to be up there. I know exactly like what they mean. There's something about nature that is just, it's good for you.
Yes.
But one of the things that I